Oh, hello, and welcome to the King of Drag recap. This is episode 1 Battle of the Boy Bands. If you didn't know, this is an all new Drag King competition that is being hosted on Reverie. I have made an entire video about my preseason thoughts, my top 3, the judges, etc., so go check that out if you haven't already. I have been waiting so impatiently for King of Drag to begin, and it did not disappoint. I do have to apologize, I am working on limited images here, so please bear with me, they don't put out much. So I was really emotional when Murray Hill started talking about what this show meant to him and how they thought it would never get here. I mean, this is history making. I think we need to grasp just how big this truly is. And I am hoping against hope that it is popular enough to continue. So the Kings enter the man cave, which looks amazing by the way, and start introducing themselves to one another. I gave my top 2 to Henlo's entrance outfit. This is very much my kind of thing. You guys know by now that this is my style of drag. The Kings with the Latino background form a bond, that being Tuna Melt, Charles Galen King, and Buck Wild. There's a bit of flirtation happening. The alpha males are sizing up each other's packages, as it were. At that moment, Murray Hill enters and explains how the competition's going to work. But first, he asks the Kings what they want to represent, which I love. They all give such amazing, important answers, truly highlighting that there are different ways to be a drag king. Murray goes on to say that each week the Kings will face themed challenges. These challenges will test their daring, innovation, creativity, and charisma with a K. See what he did there? At the end of just 6 episodes, one of them will be crowned the very first King of Drag. He will receive a crown and scepter from Fierce Drag Jewels, a custom-made suit from Sharp Suiting, talent management with a Queer Up agency, a round-trip flight to Seattle to headline the Emerald City Kings Ball, a year's supply of e.l.f. cosmetics, and $10,000 from Reverie. I was a bit sad to hear that there would only be 6 episodes, but as it's the first of its name, it has to start out small and grow from there. So the very first theme is centered around sports. And for their very first weenie challenge, I love this, the Kings need to partake in a sports trading card photo shoot. Great idea. Judging their photo shoot is the one and only Tenderoni and Laisha Clarendon. Now, for my Drag Race fans, Tenderoni was just featured in Denali's Night of a Thousand Miley Cyrus's photo shoot. My absolute favorite in the photo shoot was Dick Von Dyke, or DVD as they started calling him. I really think the hairy armpits added to the overall jock vibe. However, Laisha and Tenderoni end up choosing Charles Galen King and King Molasses as their 2 winners. And those 2 become the team captains for the Beefy Challenge. So for the Beefy Challenge, the Kings will need to form 2 boy bands to perform in the Super Bowl halftime show. Each team must write and record their verses to an original song, they have to work out their own choreography, and do it all in 90 minutes. 90 minutes is crazy. At first I wondered why they performed in their entrance looks, but honestly, with only 90 minutes, they would not have had time to come up with another look. There's a bit of a Big D edit because he is picked last in the teams, and it's up to him to show that he was underestimated. And sure enough, he does. So as the teams are brainstorming their ideas, there's a lot of alpha male energy. Too many cooks in the kitchen, as it were. Tuna is struggling in his team, and Perka is struggling to keep up in his team. By the way, I absolutely love Perka. He was in my top 3 preseason, but I fell even more in love with him the minute he walked into the man cave. So the 90 minutes are up and it's time to meet Murray Hill in the Royal Hall with his King's Court. He is joined by Tenderoni, Sasha Velour, Gag, Wayne Newton, Damian Palaccioni, and Paul Feig. Showbiz! First up we have Charles' team, Bromosexual, and to me, Alexander stood out the most. He had a great verse and amazing stage presence. The confidence is there with that one. For 90 minutes, it was a good performance from all of them. Next up is King Molasses' team. They call themselves the Blue Ballers. From this team, my favorite was King Molasses. Even though Perka's split was awkward, I really did like his verse about Trump because that is really important in this current political climate. Henlo seemed really nervous to me, which was surprising because in confessionals, he says that he has worked on boy bands before. So it's time for the King Court's critiques. And the Kings will be judged individually, not in teams. Pressure K, Charles, DVD, and Buck Wild are made safe. The rest represent the tops and bottoms of the week. Up first is Perka, and he is commended for his graphic makeup, but is told he looked lost on stage. He was a bit all over the place, sadly. Henlo is given his flowers for his costume and his artistry, but he is told that the confidence just wasn't there. Really, that the energy just didn't match the look. Molasses is told they have big wang energy. They brought it like nobody else. They are definitely somebody to watch. There's something so cool and effortless about Molasses. Alexander is told he was a consummate professional and performer. He really stood out to me, and he felt like the leader of the group, not Charles Galen King. Sasha said he gave boy band the house down. The edit from earlier circles back for Big D because he is told that he had the best verse of the evening. He served great comedy, plus a really good message about age not obstructing one's ability to do drag. He is also told he's the complete package. Tuna Mel is told that he brings a great unique character to his drag, but he had the weakest lip sync of the night. I felt so bad for him because you can tell that Tuna is a really adept performer, and it was just one miss in a sea of hits. So the clear tops of the week are King Molasses, Alexander the Great, and Big D. However, the win ends up going to King Molasses, and I do agree. This is such a great start. This means the bottom 3 of the week are Perka, Henlo, and Tuna Melt. Perka is saved, thank God, which means that Tuna and Henlo must go head to head in the final thrust. They need to emulate a virally memed breakdance battle. And guys, this was so chaotic, but they gave it their all in different ways. The King's Court then have to vote for who they want to stay, and they give Tuna Melt 2 votes and Henlo 3 votes. This means that Henlo gets to stay and Tuna Melt is the first to leave. It's really sad, it just shows that it only takes one dip to get you out of the game. But before he leaves, he's given a proper send-off, with a knighting from Murray Hill in an official dubbing ceremony. And so, my friends, this was the premiere episode of King of Drag. What did you guys think? Who is your favorite to win? I'm putting it on King Molasses, but Perka is my favorite personally. I absolutely love the format of this show, the charismatic cast, the unique brand that it's already taken on. I cannot wait to see what's next, so give me all the tea, and I'll be back very soon with another video.